As you guys know, this channel is quite dedicated to talking about Toon Turf lore, but today I'm taking a stab at something different. Move over, Toon Turf, because I've found something new and interesting, with secret hidden codes, an interesting plot, and a rabbit monkey. A rabbit monkey? Oh, come on! Yes, if you thought Toon Turf couldn't have enough lore already, Dano decided to add an ARG to the mix. Seriously, it wasn't enough that you said that a toilet was really important to the canon of the lore of the story, you had to add an entirely separate ARG following a character we've never met before. I swear down, if this ARG ends up looping back to the toilet, I'm going to lose it. I also want to note that this isn't going to be the only video I make on this topic. This is an ongoing ARG, so much like Shorts Wars, I will be making multiple videos. This is just to cover the introduction of what we know, so apologies in advance if we don't get to everything, especially with new information being discovered almost every day about this. I do know some people in the fandom that have created a document about this containing a lot of the codes that have been solved, so if I were you, I'd go check that out. A lot of this information I will be using is from that document, so I'll mention that when we get to it. So without further ado, let's get into it. But before we do that, please do subscribe. It's free and you can always unsubscribe later. Subscribing is the best way to support my channel as it allows me to make more videos and let me reach more milestones. So if you could just check to see that you are, that would be great. Thank you, and back to the video. The ARG starts with this character being introduced. A purple hooded figure escaping the Toon Turf universe to come to our world. And before you comment this, no, this is not Clone Riggy, he is dead. No, this is Absinthe. But I can see the confusion due to the colour scheme, the glitchiness, and overall dramatic angsty villain vibe. But back to Absinthe, she first appears in the video I Am Watching You in the description of the video. She contacts us through the description using a Visionaire cipher. She comes across as this mysterious character who doesn't like Riggy. The name in itself is also interesting, considering Absinthe is the name of an alcohol known for producing hallucinations, which is similar to what she describes herself as. A tap on the window, a scratch on the floor, a dent in the vent. These are all things that she claims to do, but they're also things that people hallucinating will claim to hear and see, even if it's not real. It's quite clear that she's been tormenting Riggy like this for a while now, and while not being connected to Toon Turf, she definitely has her opinions on the series. However, what's more interesting is her willingness to share with the audience. She wants to share things with us, but through a game. So she's keeping everything encrypted, so we need to figure it out anyway. It's quite odd behaviour, but we'll move on. But that was all the first message of the ARG. It was then followed by hundreds of codes that you needed to decipher. But if you don't want to spend all that time working through it, but you do want to see the stuff I'm referencing from this point on, Discord theorist Funky Llama came in clutch by creating this document, with the help of other theorists. All the evidence I'm quoting will be found in there, so I suggest you go check it out. But digging deeper, we get this picture of Absinthe, which shows that even though we don't get to see her face, it does show that she has red skin. It's worth noting down considering we don't know a lot about her appearance, only what she's not. They claim they are no penguin, no shadow, no clone, no celebrity, no friend, no enemy, no fox, cow, tycoon, lion, dolphin, rabbit, monkey, rat, dog, cat, demon, food, and no monster. Well, no monster to you. So we've got a few characters to rule out there. Then there are a few other things. She complained about Riggy merch, she shared some footage from Lucky's commercials, and even a few hints and Easter eggs of her own. But what I found most interesting was the documents. Not regular Google documents, guys. These are documents we've seen before. Except this time, she's filled in the gaps for us. She's told us what they're meant to say because she was the one who wrote them. In which case, Absinthe, can I just say that I am a big fan of your work. I don't know if you've watched my video, Riggy the Runky series has secret lore ellipsis. I think you'll find I'm very up to date with your work. Okay, joking aside, from all this information, I believe Absinthe is a spy. She used to work for the Toonville government in creating the documents, but she was also connected to Detective E. Blade. through a friend of a friend. And she did actually work with Lucky, considering she had access to the footage and behind-the-scenes audio of, well, basically Lucky bullying his staff and then having a coughing fit for like a minute. She even comments on how she misses her camera, implying that she took the video. But the question remains, why do all this? Well, I think it's pretty clear that she's trying to stop the prophecy. I'm guessing that these documents were written by a younger Absinthe, someone who is trying to collect as much information as they could to save the world, and realising a lot of it weighs on the prophecy. But by the last document, she realised it doesn't matter anymore. Either the world was going to end or it wasn't. There was nothing I could do about it. Until my world ended. Then it became my problem. That is a direct quote. My world? That doesn't sound right. My world, but not Toonville, it seems. Think about it. When we're talking to Absinthe, they've just escaped their world into ours, but we can see that Toonville looks fine. Don't get me wrong, we've seen images of the purple fire, the red skies, the broken down buildings. We've even seen Gary's corpse floating in the river. But none of that is meant to happen yet. Could it be that Absinthe knows what's coming and decided to jump ship before when given the chance? I mean, maybe, considering she knows a lot about the topic of the prophecy and may even know that it's inevitable. But at the same time, you don't have a change of mind in the same sentence. It's either there's nothing she could do about it, or it's her problem. It can't realistically be both. Unless it is. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there is a genuine possibility that Absinthe is from the future. And I know the theorists out there, especially considering the amount of comments I got on the Molly is Absinthe theory. It's just a theory, guys. It was just a theory. And while looking at the timeline, it may not make any sense anymore, considering that Molly would need to be old enough to work as a camera technician, let alone researching into the apocalypse. I do think that there is someone who has suffered through the world ending and is trying to find a way to get out. From a timeline where Riggy didn't help them, and now they dedicate their time to tormenting someone for a crime they haven't even committed yet. Riggy isn't just being haunted by the ghosts of his past, but the ones of his future as well. Obviously, there's still some issues to be sorted out with this theory, but what do you guys think? Is it plausible? This is the first video I'm doing on this, so feel free to leave your theories in the comments below. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe check out that document that I mentioned earlier if you want to find out more information. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!